Okay, and we're live. Sorry about the wait if anybody was waiting. I
Hi.
was running a little bit late. I'm here with my lovely co-host Alicia,
Hi.
and yeah, I'm just here to do some writing sprints. For those of you who know, I am participating in NaNoWriMo this month. I'm not doing like the full 50K. I'm a rebel. So I'm trying to aim for 15K on one of my ongoing projects, which is this YA urban fantasy I've been working on for months. And I just started a new project, which is a Christmas romance that I'm super excited about. Like, it's an idea I've been playing around with for a while. And so I just started that one yesterday. I got like the first couple paragraphs in, but I really want to see where that goes and make some progress on that. What are you working on, Alicia?
I'm actually thinking about doing some research because I want to work on like I don't know if it's going to be a YA or a middle grade, but like I want to work on a project where like explaining to younger kids that it's okay to have a disability and that you can basically do anything that you put your mind to. You might have to adjust some things, but you can still do it.
That's awesome. And that's
Yeah.
representation that is always needed.
Yeah. And I'm also might be working on the cozy mystery that I have the bare bones of.
Cozy mystery is fun too, but I'm not a mystery writer person. Like, I took a mystery like writing class in
Mm-hmm.
college where we had to write like our own like 2-minute mysteries, like,
That's cool.
and we studied different mystery writers, but I'm like, I don't think mystery writing is for me.
That's fine.
But
I
I
love
like
them
reading
though.
them. I
Yeah.
like reading them. I'm like not good at writing them.
They're popcorn reads to me. That and
Yeah.
Harlequin are like my
I think
two.
especially the 2-minute mysteries, like,
That's
you gotta
short.
have talent.
Yeah. That's short. I would think like maybe 15 to 20 minutes so you can set up your story. That's
Yeah.
a lot.
So I think for the first screen, we're going to just hop right into a 25.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good to me.
All right.
I love your headband, by the way.
Thank you. So I already set up the timer.
Pat's here.
Hi, Pat. Pat's always up. I don't know
I
how she
know.
does it. Always manages to make everybody seems.
Like Nicole says, we think she's a vampire. Because
But
somehow
thanks so much.
she makes it to all of my streams, no matter what time of day for us. Like factor in where she's in the UK.
Yes. Thanks so much for supporting us, Pat. You said you are always everywhere, and everybody's
Yes,
is really appreciated.
I would love to talk you into doing a stream, like doing a stream with me. But I'm gonna keep on trying.
So I'm going to go ahead and start the timer. Let's get right into this
Sounds
25
good.
minutes.
Happy writing.
Happy writing. Okay, and we're back. That kind of took me for a little surprise there because even though it said it was
I was
gonna,
like, whoa.
I like had just stopped to answer somebody's message and then that went off. So how was that for you?
Not bad. I got 677 words.
I see a few people stopped in. I'm writing on paper right now, so I'm not counting the
Counting.
words. I'm just
I have that counter on the side, so that's the only
yeah.
reason I know. Normally, I don't even check.
Yeah, no, if I was writing on my laptop, I would have them down.
Yeah.
Since I'm writing on paper just to try and discover like this story, I didn't count. I have a paragraph though.
Yay. Any writing is positive. That's the way I look at it.
Yes, and I'm like excited to figure out where this is going to go because
Yeah, me too.
love I love Christmas like romance movies, but I find it a lot harder to like find good Christmas romance books like
Yeah,
that, finding that right balance of like the cute fun activities and the relationship unfolding is always like hard.
exactly. That's where I'm at. Like, I have the idea of what way I want the events to go, but it's just trying to figure out which one should go first.
Yeah, so a few people stopped in. Hello, Mr.
Hi.
Rossetti. Happy Nano to you as well. I know you're like mostly reading, but are you trying your hand at writing anything? Elsie stopped in too.
Hi.
But you're just popping in after lunch. I wish us a good sprint. Hey, sexy lady. How's it going?
Hi.
And Alicia, how are you? I know you're also doing Nano, right? Like, is there a specific project that you're working on?
For
I
me?
was just talking. No, I'm Felicia.
Sorry.
I know she writes as well. I wasn't sure if she was doing Nano or not.
Nano. That's a
For
good
those who
question.
missed it, I'm kind of working on like two projects. So I have a YA urban fantasy and I have a Christmas romance. So right now I was just writing on paper, trying to figure out where I want to go with this Christmas romance because I have like the barest like idea of the plot,
Yeah.
but now it's like coming up with names of characters,
Honestly, that's what's got me
setting.
is coming up
Yeah,
with names.
like I'm like I think I would have said it in New Jersey.
Same.
So I'm like my YA fantasy set in Pennsylvania, but I think I want to set this one in New Jersey. And I mean
New
I've been to
Jersey
New
doesn't get
Jersey
enough love.
and I've been to New Jersey plenty of times. I have family out there, so I kind
Yeah.
of like want those vibes down. But I'm like, I want to figure out where to go with that. I finally figured out just like a name of the town. Like I had to search. I use like fantasy name generator that helps
Ooh,
me.
that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's a great website. They have just like so many different options for different names. So I use it all the time to find character names. And I wanted like a winter sounding town, but not like overly Christmassy. And they had a winter town name generator.
Oh,
So
no
I found the
way.
town name and I used it to get my main characters' names. So
I'll have
far
to
it's
use that
good. Yeah, it's NSC name generators. It's such a great site.
because I have such a hard time. Like, I unintentionally end up using names of like people I know because it's just easier to type that. And I
No,
try not to
like
do that.
yeah, no. If you are ever writing and you get stuck, like I'm gonna if I can drop it in the comment section, but it's like a
Thank you.
great it's a great website. Even just to play around with, it's like a fun site. Glad to hear everything is going good.
Thank you for popping in at my interview on Monday. I appreciate it.
No specific project. My word count goal is 25K. I hit 10K a few days ago, so now it's going really good.
Congratulations.
Nano's going good. 10K in the first few days, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And 25K. Whew, I hope you hit that goal because that's a lot of dedication. It took me
That's a
months
lot
to
of
hit
time.
25K on my fantasy project. And then it took me like a little bit, like another couple of months to hit 30K. So I feel you.
I'm not doing a word count. I'm doing like I want to purposely try to write every single day and get back into the habit of it.
I think writing every single day is good too. Just like just that repetition alone helps.
Yeah.
Because it's really helped me to just push myself to write every single day. Whether I get a lot of words in or not, having that dedicated time every day, like I know I'm going to sit down and try and write some words, has helped me actually like advance on my projects.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to, because I have so many projects started, but nothing finished. So.
Yeah, that's the hard thing too. Like you get so many ideas floating around in your head, but like you don't always have the bandwidth to write it out, or you're not sure what direction to go in.
Right, exactly.
I'm at work right now and during any downtime. And sometimes you got to do that too. Like if you're working and you have some free time, like here and there, just jot down words because that's also helped me like a lot in the past few weeks. Like I was working and I had like a little bit of free time, I would jot down like some words here and there to
and
keep
the like note app on your phone.
Yeah, or like I like working from home right on the laptop. I would have the laptop open.
Mm-hmm.
I have my work laptop, and then I'd have my regular laptop.
Your regular use laptop on
Yeah,
the
and
other
then I'd
side.
have like the work laptop on the desk, the regular laptop in my lap, and
I
be
love
like
it.
typing in between downtime for work. So I think I'm gonna hop back into the next 25-minute sprint.
Perfect.
Because I said I want to actually get some work done. And she just said she's done that too before. Yeah, like sometimes you gotta have your two laptops.
It's so funny. I'm glad we're not the only ones.
Yeah, sometimes you really do have to have your two laptops out, like just to find time. All right, so I will see you guys after the sprint. All right, we're back. How did everybody do?
How far did you get?
So I filled up a page, so that was good.
Yay!
So I made a little bit of progress. Then my hand started cramping up a little bit, so I think I'm going to switch to putting it onto the laptop now.
Yeah.
But it did help to start like writing some of it out.
Yeah.
And so that was good. How did you do?
About 150 words, roughly.
150 words is good.
trying to get back into the swing of it. I haven't touched this since April of last year. So
Yeah, it takes like some time to get back into the swing of writing after you haven't done it in a while, especially
yeah.
if you haven't touched a project in a long time.
So I had to like reread to see where I was, and so like it actually made sense.
Yeah, get back into the headspace of it.
Yeah.
Dia says, Happy Nano. I have this week off from work, so I'm resting and catching up on reading. Resting and reading is good too. Like, I know a lot of people don't read during this month because they're so focused on writing. But for me, I also kind of need to read at least 1 or 2 books during the month. I
Mm-hmm.
gotta have something that I'm reading. So I've been splitting my time between reading and writing. I have a few different books that I'm reading right now.
Yeah, me too. I can't just like because I tried the first year I tried NaNo. I just jumped in and I got so overwhelmed by the whole thing. I was like, I'm just gonna take baby steps.
Baby steps are good. The first year I tried NaNo, like I quickly realized one, I didn't have anywhere to go with my story that I was writing.
Yeah.
And 2, like I did not have the time to read it. Like it was 2020. I was actually reporting into the office, like
Yeah.
while we're getting mask mandates, like to wear a mask in the office and all types of crazy stuff. So like I was like frustrated and I had like no energy to write after work, and then like the
Yeah.
story wasn't coming out where I wanted to go. So then I had to take like a long break from writing. Like I only wrote reviews, and that was like the most writing that I did for like
Yeah.
2 years after that.
It's just I feel like it's a great concept. Like NaNo's a great concept, but I also feel like sometimes I feel like November is like a bad time of year because like that's when people started the holiday season starting and all the other craziness from the holiday season and
Yeah, like
whatnot.
who decided to put National Writing Month during the month of November when
I
they know
know.
everybody's getting ready for the holidays, when they know things are like hectic
Just
and
life in
crazy.
general is busy this time of year for most
Yeah.
people.
And they know you're winding down before the end of the year, and
Yeah.
they decide, let's do this 50K challenge.
And I just like I see a lot of my friends who are writers do it and they get so stressed out and I'm like I understand why, but it's also like why we're not winning anything if you don't hit the
Yeah.
right amount. Like it's
You're
not
winning recognition for yourself if
yeah,
you
exactly.
hit the
Like that's
50K.
why my goal is just to write every day. It's
Yeah.
something that I can obtain while doing everything else I have to do.
Yeah, and I've seen like a lot of people this year who said their goal is just to write something every day.
Yeah.
And a lot of people who are just like writing to discover reading. Like I've seen a lot of people talking lately about the way traditional publishing is so crazy. They're not sure if they want to traditionally publish. So they're just kind of trying to rediscover their love of writing
Mm-hmm.
and just writing what makes them feel happy for now.
Yeah. And the way publishing is going with like the publishing houses, like less publishing houses are like looking for things. So it's like
Yeah,
I feel like
there's
it's
just
getting
so many
skewed.
different factors. Like you
Yeah,
have less houses, you have less imprints. They're like a lot more narrow in the types of stories that they want to pick up.
exactly.
And book prices continue to rise, and that's a whole
Yeah.
thing too because the
I
more
was at the
prices
bookstore
continue to
yesterday
rise.
and they had a book for $40. I'm like, oh my
Yeah,
god.
I've seen a few books for $40 this year, including like a fantasy anthology, which people said wasn't even that good. Like I had DNF'd it, but I had an arc, so it didn't matter. But I'm like, $40 is a big ask for people.
Yeah, that's literally someone that's dinner if you're going out to dinner
Yeah,
nowadays. Like
that's dinner that could easily get me 2 meals during the day,
right.
and
That's
then
why I shop in the clearance section all the time.
yeah, we have a grocery outlet here, and it
Ooh,
is
lucky.
amazing. Like having the grocery outlet because they're always bringing like random stuff. That's the only thing is like you will likely never find the same stuff most of the time,
Right, yeah.
but they're always bringing in cool stuff at like a discounted price.
It's kind of that sounds kind of like Aldi. Like you never know what they're gonna
Yeah.
have at Aldi.
Yeah, we have an Aldi too. So like Aldi is like right across the street.
I love Aldi.
So I go to those places. We have like a couple like local owned grocery store chains like I try to
Yeah.
go into and find cheap food because food prices are so expensive right now.
Uh-huh. I That's why I told my boyfriend like we're not gonna eat out. Like last night was the last night we ate out. I'm like we can't afford it with how expensive everything is.
Yeah, like and that's the thing too, like you have to like balance it and then sometimes certain foods like you're like it is even cheaper to eat out when you factor in how much you're going to pay to
Right.
buy enough of the ingredients to make it for one person.
Exactly. Some things like, but the one thing that never makes sense to me is how much people charge for pasta. I'm like, pasta's so cheap in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. Pasta is something I usually try to make at home just because it's
Yeah.
easy and it's cheaper to do it at home. Like I really don't go out and order spaghetti.
Yeah. I did it yesterday just as a treat because we haven't
Yeah.
had it in a long time, but that was it. And then they also had that thing where it was a lot of restaurants are doing that. I don't know if they're doing it back up where you live, is pay an extra $10 on the bill and you'll get another portion of whatever you ate to like heat up the next day.
Oh, that's really good. At least
Yeah.
that's a good deal. At least they're giving you a little bit more and then you can eat because that's another thing too. When you order takeout, like you're trying to or you're eating out, you try to get enough that you can have another meal out of
A
it.
meal or two, yeah. Like it was expensive, but the way I look at it is like I brought home leftovers, so that's dinner for tonight, and then the second meal will be dinner for tomorrow night. Like so,
Yeah,
I'm
that's how we
basically
used to
getting
do it.
3 meals out of two.
That's how we used to do it. My mom every year from her job used to get gift cards from Olive Garden.
Yep,
So we would always get the soup, salad, and breadsticks, and then
that's still
order.
top tier.
Yeah, then
Still
we'd order like one right before we were ready to leave. That way we could have them box it and take it home
Mhm.
with us.
Is the best way to do it.
Yeah, especially when they have like the deal where you can combine them,
Yeah,
where you can get the pasta on like the endless pasta and the soup.
yeah. Their soup is my favorite.
Oh my gosh. So I am ready to jump into the next sprint. How about you?
Sounds good.
All right. We just the timer. And let's get back into it. Happy writing, everyone. Okay, we're back. So during that round, I started putting everything that I wrote in the book into
Yay!
the doc, which is good. I was able to transfer it all over, and I have 578 words.
That's great.
So that's not bad at all.
Mm-mm.
How did you do?
About 90 words. I was moving stuff around and fixing the like timeline and stuff.
Yeah, it's always hard to write and not like self edit. Like I know they tell you you shouldn't, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I have to go back to reread this section to like know where I'm at. And then if I read something I don't like in that section, I have to stop and fix it.
Yep, I'm the same way. I don't know if it's like part of my having a journalism background that like I just naturally self edit. I even edit in my brain when I'm reading. Like
Yeah.
Even if it's not what the book says, my brain just automatically edits it.
Yeah, I do that too sometimes. So like I'm like, I want to just get the words on the page, but like I have to make sure it makes sense for me, or else I'm gonna have to go
Exactly.
back in and rewrite it.
Yeah. Because everybody keeps on telling me, don't worry about spelling, don't worry about all that stuff, just get it down. And I'm like, I'm trying. You
No,
know?
like I need to have that.
Yeah. I'm
So
trying.
that's always like where I like into trouble. Like every time I go to sit down, I'm like, oh, I have to fix all of this before I
Yeah,
can even get to adding the new words.
exactly. And then like something pops in your brain and like you're like, that should go in the second paragraph, not this paragraph. And I was
Yeah, and
just
then you
going
start
back and
moving
forth.
around paragraphs too.
Yeah.
It's
It just
funny.
my the papers just look like a mess because I have little snippets for this page on this thing, and then
Yeah, I don't know how people draft like their whole book out into a notebook too. I'm like, more props to them because I would have to like you'd see so many times where I crossed it
cross
out
out. Yep.
and had to fix things and reword things, and I like putting stuff onto the paper sometimes, like different ideas and stuff for different sections, but I
Yeah.
don't think I could draft the whole thing by hand.
And sometimes like, do you ever have those certain words that you know you're spelling it right, but it doesn't look right?
Yeah, and I have those words that I know are wrong and I still have not learned the spelling, and they're like common words in my story.
Yeah. I do it all the time. I'm like, why does it take me this long to write the word vacuum? Like,
Like in my urban fantasy, one of the words, like one of the powers is quintessence, and I
hmm
specifically chose that because I'm like everybody always uses aether, and I wanted something cooler
yeah.
sounding than energy, but I'm like every single time I spell it wrong,
Yep.
and I know
Okay,
it's
so it's
wrong,
not just
and I
me.
just use spell check right away to correct
Yep.
it.
And I do the like grammar check just to be safe. I always
Yeah.
have that on too.
Well, I think I'm done with sprint night. Like we did like a good almost an hour,
Hour.
45
Yeah.
minutes. So we got some good writing in. We got a
Yeah.
couple of sprints in.
Thank
Thanks
you
so
for
much.
inviting me.
Yes, and thanks so much to everybody who joined in with us.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Have a great night.